a place to teach just once a month. God will make you the next Joyce Meyer. And I said, okay, Mom. And so here we are. She was alive. She was still yet in the physical realm when this ministry, when this aspect of Club Christ started, because we do many things. We do children's. We actually had a mission trip on last year to Montego Bay. We went to orphanage, and we went to girls' home. It was phenomenal. And all of this are people that I met by the Spirit on the phone. It has just been an incredible, incredible move of God. I've never seen anything like it. And so we bless God. Setting a precedence is what my bishop is always saying. You've set a precedent. I believe, he says always, I believe that this is God's template of the modern day church. And giving people to the opportunity to speak their mind once the word is heard, so we facilitate the word, and then, we have commentary. And so sometimes the commentary, the things that someone revealed to someone else while the word was going forth, is just as powerful. It's just been amazing what we're learning, how God is releasing and revealing himself to us, because we're hungry and we're thirsty for him. And it's just a beautiful thing. So to God be the glory. Freddie C. Howard, we bless God for you. And again, as my bishop said, we thank God for the work that you're doing. 100,000 listeners, and people are getting saved, sanctified. And it's about the hearing, developing that Abrahamic ear, giving people an ear to hear what the Spirit of the Lord God is saying, to draw them into the presence of God. There's nothing like it. I wouldn't do anything else. What else is there? What else is there?
Well, Pastor, again, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I have a testimony today. I had a conversation with Mr. Henry Beach. We met in 2000 at Alabama Southern Community College doing a gospel event. And he is one of the, I know you got to go, but he is one of the most faithful, durable pastors and preachers that I've ever known. He sings, and he has been preaching for so many years. He's older than me. And I've had a relationship with him in relationship to playing his music and talking to his family and children over the years, over 20 years, 18 years, in fact. And today we talk. He is beginning a tour today. He will start in Ontario, Canada, and he will be coming back down to Canada, back down to the United States. This is the largest tour that he has ever done. And I said to him, I said, Pastor Beach, remember we talk about your season. God has let you go through heart attacks, different things that you have been through. And here you are. He's going to place you out on the road to minister and sing. And you are seasoned and ready to witness. And that's after all those years of you traveling up and down the road, struggling, selling different stuff, trying to make money so that you can go out and preach and sing. And here's somebody that set you up to tour from Canada all the way back down to the United States. I said, look at God. He has his time. And you just be patient. I just had to testify to that. I talked to him today. I just had to testify about that.
I received the prophetic word, man of God. I receive it because I know, and you can say you can verify this with those who have called in. This is something that I'm teaching every day. There's something powerful taking place in the 18. This year of the 18, God said, don't even call it 2018. It's the 18. The number 18 is actually relative to a Hebrew word pronounced hike, which is spelled C-H-A-I. And hike actually means life beyond life, celebration beyond celebration, in the best way possible. it's also relative to the number 18. Jewish people give gifts to their families in multiples of 18. And so we have now, you have, Pastor John Gray, who has been turned over this church in Greenville, South Carolina. You got, billionaires walking in there, dropping down millions of dollars. God is doing a great thing. And just like Ron Carpenter listened to God, and God dropped John Gray's name in his spirit out of what most people would say out of the blue, but he heard from God. And here this man is elevated now in a city, and people are coming from all around. So you never know when the time is, but I promise you, I know for a fact what God has for me. He has promised it. I don't know the day or the hour, but before my eyes close this side of heaven, I know that God has wealth for me. God has a kingdom man for me. And the whole husband thing, I'm not stressed about that. If God didn't tell me he was going to give me a husband, it would not be something I'm looking for, because a sister is happy, Pharrell Williams happy with my singleness. And I know that's God, because that was a struggle 20 years ago. It was just a struggle. And it was something that I thought I had to have. And then when I let it go, God said, now I'm going to give it to you. I'm like, okay, so it's been 23 years. And I'm like, Lord, I just thank you for giving me the opportunity to learn you and to become so anchored in you that nothing could distract me, because when you become distracted, subtraction is inevitable. And I don't have time for that. Anybody got time for that? We ain't got time for do-overs in this season. We got to press toward the mark. There's a work to be done. And so there's music to be produced. There's messages to be ministered. It's just too much to do to be playing games with folk. And so I'm on this Nehemiah wall, Freddie, and I'm not coming down for anything. There's a work to do. People are dying. People are in need. People need help in so many ways. And I've already prayed, Lord, for the child. Make me a philanthropist. And philanthropists are very wealthy people, so I could help people pay off houses so people could start worshiping God without worry. And it's just, there's so much to be done. So much to be done. So that's where I stand, and I thank you for that testimony, because I know what you're saying. I heard beyond your words. So thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you all for being faithful tonight. You have
Amen.
stood right here. You have stood right here and stayed here. Thank you all.
Amen.
Well, whoever got to go to work tomorrow, go to work stepping high and talking loud and praising God.
There you go. Well, we'll be up. Well, I'll be up at 3:30 praying, and then we'll be in the line at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we get what we need. I promise you. It's a wonderful thing, and we're in the book of Proverbs right now. So we're learning. God took us from Psalms to Proverbs, and he says, I'm going to take you from worship to wisdom. And I promise you, it's been incredible. And we have a guest speaker tomorrow, Pastor Melinda Bell, she's in Alabama. She's in Georgia and Alabama. Her and her husband are building a house in Alabama, but they're in Riverdale, Georgia during the week, and then they go to, Alabama on the weekends. So, yeah, it's wonderful.
What part of Alabama?
I couldn't tell you. I have no clue. I just know Alabama. But yeah, it's we have a lot of guest speakers. We actually had a revival. We've done God had me do this year, the second year revival. It was incredible this year. We had all these guest speakers, and it was just incredible. The theme was It's Moving Day. Oh my God, it was incredible. Based on Genesis, when the Lord told Abraham he had to get up and go, and so there was so much that came from that. But we bless God. We bless God. So now we're gonna let you go, Freddie, and we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. Hallelujah.
Okay, we are going to close it out with, I recorded Minister Beach today as he talked about his tour coming up and the years that he's been on, out on the road, and his wife, and the different things that we had transpired. His son has a recording studio there in Atlanta as well. And anyway, I had a good time talking to him today, and I told him that I was going to play it tonight on the broadcast, and that I would be talking to a powerful lady, and that I would play his testimony in our conversation today. So all you guys, if you want to listen in, it runs about 12 minutes. We still have 40 minutes of time left. We stream live for 2 hours, and we have an hour of time left. We got 40 minutes left now. But when you podcast this and when you share this, you will be sharing a 3-hour broadcast. So that'll be 2 hours of streaming time and an hour of recorded time. So if y'all guys want to listen, you can. And all I'm going to do is cut your mics off. And then if you have to go, you go ahead. But we'll cut everybody's mics off. And this will run about 12 minutes and 40 seconds. This is Minister Henry Beach talking about his road trip to Canada. All right. You guys have a good night. And Minister Lockhart, let's don't wait 15 more years.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
And our lives will not look the same. I promise you.
All right. All right. All right. All right. This is Minister Henry Beach out of Phoenix Springs, Florida. We met over 18 years ago in a concert here in Monroe. And he's beginning a tour from Ontario, Canada, coming back down to the United States and other places. We talked briefly this morning about his upcoming ministries and some of the things that he's got coming. Stay with us. You're listening to howcee-productions-gospel Blog Talk Radio, coming to you from 231 6th Avenue, down south here in the big city of Beatrice, Alabama. We just got through talking with Apostle Lockhart from 15 years ago. Powerful lady. We'll be back in a minute.
Good morning, and welcome to howcee-productions-gospel Blog Talk Radio, coming to you from 231 6th Avenue, down south in the big city of Beatrice, Alabama. We are talking to Minister Henry Beach together out of the Phoenix Springs, Florida. A friend of mine for years who's been out on the road. He's at home taking a break right now. Minister Beach, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How you doing this morning, Brother Albert?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay. Talk about what's been happening with you lately.
Oh, man, it's been a joy. You know, when we wake up in the morning, we give God praise, honor, and glory, and let him know this is the day that he has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And I'm rejoicing because as they always say, you know, he didn't have to do it, but he did. So I'm thankful for what he's done. What's going on now this year, I guess this is a blessed year. People have been saying this is a blessed year for us, and so our company has been saying the same thing, PBX Music. What we have going here, first of all, coming up in that August, we have the T.E.S.T.I.M.O.N.Y Award that I have already won the T.E.S.T.I.M.O.N Award. We just got to go there and receive it. It's the 28th of August. The 8th, the 24th? The 4th of August. I'm sorry about that. The 4th of August. I got my secretary here, my wife. Give God praise. The 4th of August, we're going to receive a T.E.S.T.I.M.O.N Award, and that's a blessing there. And not only that, July the 16th, I believe, that we'll be performing at the Urban Soul Cafe in Nashville, Tennessee. That's the 16th of July. That's a Monday night, and that's a blessing. And then we are up for a Tampa Bay Gospel Award. We're up, me and my son, that's in Tampa Bay, and that will be in October. Right? October to what date? Okay, well, anyway, we'll get back with you, Brother Howard.
Yeah.
We're asking you to vote for me. Henry Beach.